All right, HBCU family, it's Kyle T. Mosley of HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated's Fan Nation. Man, we got a good one with us today. It's none other than the 2023 SWAC Newcomer of the Year, Mr. Jace Wilson out of Texas Southern Tigers. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm glad to be on here.
Oh, good, good. Look, I know I watched you all season long over at Texas Southern, and I saw the evolution and development that you had in the program, as well as I talked to Coach McKinney quite extensively about how you've been progressing, as well as your other teammates. And everybody said that you have really shown great progress and great promise for the program as well. Just going into this year, I mean, I know when you transferred from Furman, did you have any idea that you would be starting?
Transferring from Furman, I think one of the things that me and Coach McKinney talked about when I came to visit was having an opportunity to compete when I came in and ultimately lead this football team. And so, they made a decision to have AB play the PV game. And, it ended up working out. They told me the morning of Toledo game that I was going to be the starter. And so just being prepared, coming in the spring, learning the offense a little bit. And we're kind of figuring each other out, me, Coach Marsh, McKinney. And, we kind of hit our stride in the middle of the season. And we kind of were getting better each game. And so, just having that time in the system and then them believing in me ultimately really helped out and worked out.
Yeah, it did, man. I know no one really anticipated Andrew being out for the rest of the season, especially just being out, period, because everything he was telling us is that he's ready and he felt like he was ready for the season. But in that Prairie View game, you could see some things were kind of missing there, as far as his injury is concerned. But you were told to me by Darius Owens, right, that the team kind of galvanized themselves around you and they really helped you out and kind of protected you in some ways to make sure that you were going to be a success. Talk about your teammates and what you have learned from your experience just being with these guys over at Texas Southern.
The great thing about being from Houston was I knew kind of half the team before I even transferred here. And, Coach McKinney was my first offer out of high school. And so it was
really,
Coach McKinney, he was my first offer in high school. And so just coming back home, being close to family, and then like you said, my teammates, I feel like the locker room didn't skip a beat when there was a change at quarterback, and they kind of, like you said, they get galvanized around me and had my O-line. Me and my O-line go out to eat all the time every week. And so, having a 1,000-yard rusher next to you doesn't hurt as well.
That doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to sneeze at him at all, right?
You just run the ball off and get 6 yards right there. So just having those guys, and then Coach Z, Coach Marsh, and like you said, just everyone just kind of believing in me over the course of the season, it helped a lot. And like you said, I'm just glad I could come in and get a Newcomer of the Year.
Yeah. Now, talk about this, man. We saw you at the Rice game. The Rice game was a pretty hard game for all of you guys, and it didn't seem like you guys were headed in the right direction. But the next game, things kind of changed for you. Is that when you kind of got the feeling that, okay, I can do this, and we can do it as a team, and we can be able to push forward?
Yeah, those early games, we had trouble starting fast, and you get behind the 8 ball against Toledo and Rice, it's going to be hard to come back. And so we went to the Grambling week focused, and we kind of had our game plan and a couple plays that we knew we could hang our hat on. And so after like I said, figuring each other out, that game we had 2 receivers get hurt that game as well. And
Wow. Okay.
I think I had about 200 yards and 3 touchdowns that game, and like you said, everything was hitting. And so a couple plays that game, maybe we win it, but like you said, that game, I think everyone kind of believed in me after as far as showing that I could be a leader of this team and lead this team to victories, and it wasn't going to be a bad season. So I think that game helped a lot.
Yeah, it did. You can see not only how the guys were like responding to you, but you were like, okay, let's push forward, because before you were kind of, oh, let me see what's out, but now you were more aggressive that game, and I could, and then you started rolling, just kind of getting it rolling the rest of the season. Now you had over 1,700 yards in passing and 10 touchdowns in the season as well. I know some of your boys on the wide receivers, they dropped some easy ones there, but we're not going to talk about that.
It comes with the territory. I mean, we all mess up, and that's the good thing about being on the team is like, he can jog back to the huddle, and I've never yelled at him, hey, let's go get it again next time. So I mean that's the glory of it. Like you said, everyone galvanizing around each other.
Yeah, pretty good, man. Do you know that you and Andrew now have the distinction of being Texas Southern's Newcomers of the Year at quarterback?
Oh, he won it 2 years ago?
In 2021.
That's pretty. He told me congratulations earlier today. I still got to see everybody, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, there's been a transition, of course. Everybody knows that Coach McKinney is no longer with the program. And you just spoke about how he was the first person to offer you an opportunity to join his football program. Talk about the feeling that you have, or the experience just losing a coach that believed in you.
Yeah, that was kind of hard. We knew coming into the season it was last year on the contract, and these big games. I mean, it was going to come down to whether he was going to stay or be gone. And so that obviously sucks. I feel like some of the games I could have made a play or two, and we were that close. I mean, you go back and look at the Jackson State game. Who knows? I mean, we maybe win that game if they say we make that field goal. And the FAMU game, we're up 14-0 at halftime. I mean, those games suck to lose, and it sucks to see a good man like him as far as like off the field. Just off the field, how he cultivated that program, and I grew up around the program, and so just seeing the amount of growth that he took this program from when he first got here into now, it was a beautiful thing. And I mean, I told him I'm gonna miss him, and I was pulling for him to get the extra year, but we'll obviously stay in contact, and I know he's wishing best for me, and I wish the best for him.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Coach is a good guy, a good man, and you see how he's been able to develop guys like yourself, as well as Andrew, as well as Ladarius, and you can go on and on with DeMonterio Anderson from last season, Michael Badgell from the season before that. Really great talent that has come through that program under Coach McKinney. What's the process for you going forward? What are you going to think about, as well as sit down with your parents and kind of figure out what's the next direction for you?
I'm all in, man. I'm good where I'm at home in Houston. I like going home on the weekends and getting some home cooked meals, and being here for this university. I mean, I knew, I feel like God led me here for a reason, man. And my first offer coming out here, my dad graduated from TSU. I mean, I think I'm here for a reason, and like I said, I wish I could get a couple of those games back, but I'm excited going forward next year, and whoever they bring in, I just know I'm going to compete. This team, we're really, really hungry, and we know we're this close. Like I said, we're this close getting over the hump, and so I'm just looking forward to getting my body right over this break, and looking forward to spring ball.
Now, when it comes to coaches, do you have like a preference of what type of coach that the program needs to bring in?
I think our preference as student athletes as far as here at Texas Southern, I mean, I definitely want a pass first coach, come in and bring a good offensive mind in. I know they have the option to kind of hold back some coaches and stuff like that. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. They had a meeting with us, and think they'll be making a decision in 2 weeks. So I'm not sure who's been out there, who's been sending resumes, but I mean, I feel like we have the guys and we have kind of the leadership in place to keep this team going, and next year actually, get over that hump and win those couple of games and go shock the world. And so somebody who can come in and lead us and not kind of steer the ship too much, but just kind of pass first guy, and I'm excited to see what they bring in.
All right, good. Talk to the people. Who are you? Who's Jace Wilson, and what's your major? What you about?
I'm a communications major. I like to cook. Sometimes I actually want to be I want to be a sports analyst.
Okay.
And maybe be a sports announcer one day. So I'm working towards that. And I played football, basketball, and baseball in high school. A lot of people in Houston knew me. I think, I saw some stuff on Twitter talking about Andrew Body's TSU. I think a lot of people know me in Houston, and I'm excited to actually kind of just come over and take over. And man, I'm excited about next year. I just can't stop thinking about it, man.
Well, good. How shocked were you to learn that you were the newcomer of the year?
Yeah, definitely. Our record, it didn't help, but every game you go back and look at the stats. I mean, I feel like personally I outplayed every quarterback we played against, and so even with those L's, man, I'd rather take the W. They can have the stats. I feel like my stats need to be better anyways. 10 touchdowns isn't enough.
Yeah.
But first year in the offense, receivers learning me learning receivers, coaches learning me, and like I said, you can see the attention to detail and the progression as far as later in the season in our offense. And so I think one more year in the system, and I might end up being player of the year next year. So
that's what I like to hear. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Now, going into the 2024 season, do you have like a regimen or what you're going to probably work on for yourself? Of course, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm going to go lift weights and all that stuff," but you're a quarterback. Quarterbacks do a little differently. Talk about how you're going to progress going forward with your off-season workout.
Definitely my number one focus will just be like my body, getting that to where, I'm 195, just rock solid. And
rock solid. All right.
Yeah, taking a couple of those hits. I know you saw those hits against Southern.
Yeah, you got some. You got blasted a few times.
I want to be able to stand up to those hits sometimes, man. So definitely working on my body. I'll be training with Pure Sports TX out here in Missouri City, Texas. Working on my throwing mechanics and throwing from different arm angles, and also just getting to different reads and the progression stuff. And so everything mental. And like I said, whoever they bring in, I'll be learning the offense first day they bring in. And so I'll be in contact with that coach, and, my body would be the biggest thing.
Do you have like an offensive guru, someone who kind of works with you on the different progressions or how to be able to make sure your technique in throwing is on point?
Yeah, he gave birth to me, man. My dad.
Yeah, Coach. What's his name? Coach what?
Coach Jace Wilson.
Yeah, that's right.
He's an offensive coordinator at Brookshire Royal right now, but I mean, he's been my coach kind of all my life, and those car rides homes and they build up over time, and I'm so glad to have him in my corner. He's my best friend, and so just being with him, being back in the city with him, and being able to train is going to be big for me this offseason.
Yeah, I know he's very proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right. Tell everybody how they can be able to find you on the World Wide Web.
My Instagram is Jace Wilson. It's just Jace Wilson. You swap the letters, and my Twitter is Jace Hollywood 16. So just go check me out, and I appreciate you having this interview with me, man. I really do.
Hey, no problem. Many more to come between us. I got to say this: we're very proud of you. From the guys who cover you in the media here in the Houston area, knowing that you went from relatively unknown, transferring in and taking the backseat to Andrew and supporting him early on, and then just taking charge of this program. Congratulations to you, everything that you've done, and I look forward to seeing how you progress in your career.
I appreciate you, sir. I look forward to doing some more of these interviews, and go Tigers, man.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
That's the SWAC 2023 Newcomer of the Year, Mr. Jace Wilson out of Texas Southern University in 3rd Ward, Houston. Kyle T. Mosley from HBCU Legends. That's Jace Wilson. Thank you, Jace.
Thank you.